Hi there folks, it's Jonathan Denwood here from WP-Tonic, and in this video I'm going to be discussing how do you start a school in 2025 online. Either you're individual entrepreneur or you're a traditional school looking to build courses and syllabuses online. What are some of the basic things you need to know? In this video we're going to go through everything that you need to know, and we've got a ton of experience. I've got a ton of experience in this area. I'll be back in a few moments, folks. Coming back, folks. So you're looking at the opportunities of building a school online. It's a great decision. There's an enormous amount of opportunity there if you're an individual entrepreneur, or you're looking to move your syllabus or move your platform to a better platform. If you're an established educational institution of some form, this is the video for you. So what are the main things you need to know? Well, if you're an individual entrepreneur trying to get into the learning space, the good news is the market is expanding. Now, one of the bad things is you've got a lot of choice. Now, that sounds good, but that also can be very confusing and paralyze yourself in spending a ton of time. Now, I'm going to put it, there's about three main buckets that you got to know about. There's SaaS, software as a service. There's WordPress, open source. You got the most ownership. And then there's hybrids that have some elements of SaaS and some elements of WordPress combined. And they're your three buckets, basically. Now, let's look at SaaS. What are some of the key players there? If you're individual entrepreneur, I think there's about three main players. There's Kajabi, there's Mighty Networks, and there's Podia. They're the three main players. Can you build a school on them? Depends what you call a school. If you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4 course-based, lesson-based, with email marketing aimed at the entrepreneur, I think all three of the platforms that I've mentioned will work for you. If you're a institution, probably not. If you're a more than one or two entrepreneurs, you're going to be looking at different systems. You're going to be looking at something like LearnWorld. I think that's a really good choice. Absorb LMS, you'll be looking at that, but that's more aimed at the corporate. If you're looking for something that's more aimed at syllabuses and multi-courses, but you're looking for a SaaS, I think you're going to be pretty happy with LearnWorlds. Like I say, there's other ones out there. We've listed all the main players in an article that I've written personally myself. You'll find the link in the video description. That's a great resource, folks. Now, if you're looking at WordPress, WordPress gives you the most IP control. And what do I mean by IP? Intellectual property, the actual control of your business or your curriculum. There's no argument about this. And also, it's the most easiest platform to use with the most flexibility that gives you the most control over your intellectual property. And I think that's important if you're an individual entrepreneur or institution. It also is very mature. It's got a load of plugins and resources aimed at the educational space. At WP-Tonic, we specialize in this area. We host, but we also build out. We can build out the whole solution for you and consult with you. So keep that in mind. We've got a number of packages that can help the individual entrepreneur or the institution, right? So there's a load of support and the right choice at WP-Tonic. Now, there's a third bucket I mentioned, and that's more of a hybrid, because WordPress is open source. It gives you the most control of your intellectual property, and it's one of the more easier solutions that give you these benefits, which you won't get with a SaaS system. Now, there are others. One of the leading ones is Modal, very popular in the institutional space, and there's systems like Blackboard. There's half a dozen kind of quasi corporate stroke aimed at the education institute sector, or the university sector. Now, Modal's really popular. I think it is extremely complicated compared to WordPress, and it doesn't give you the flexibility that WordPress gives you. But there will be people that will disagree with me, and that's fair enough. I'm just giving you my honest opinion on this. I've worked with Modal. I've worked with the update that they brought out 2.0 about over a year ago. It is an improvement, but in my opinion, it's still way behind WordPress can offer. Now, with WordPress, you do have to have the right partner, the right hosting, and you've got to have the right learning management system. There's two. There's either Lifter LMS or there's LearnDash. We provide those as part of our hosting packages, and either one, depending if you're an entrepreneur or an institution, will be the right choice. Now, when it comes to Modal, it's just, in my opinion, unnecessarily complicated. And even though they've improved the UX design, it still doesn't match what WordPress with Lifter or LearnDash can offer with the right setup. And that's what you get with WP-Tonic. I'm going to finish because there's a fourth kind of category, and that's community. Now, community, in my opinion, when it comes to this particular subject, is adding like an interface or experience that's like Facebook groups, combining it with the experience of a forum, and you get a hybrid system. Now, there's so this is a kind of subcategory, and there's some SaaS players and there's WordPress. Now, I think the leader is Mighty Networks here. I'm not an enormous fan of it, but it'll do the job. WordPress has got a fantastic solution, and that's Fluent Community, and it works really well with Lifter LMS or LearnDash, and it really does give you the WordPress group stroke forum interface, and it's just a joy to work with. So I'll give that top marks. Now, if you found this video useful, think about subscribing to the YouTube channel. That really tells YouTube that I'm doing something right. And give us a thumbs up. That also shows them that you liked this content, and I'll be very appreciative. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye.